Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you so much again for joining me here. Hope you're having a great day. One more look at ICP, seeing what's going on. We're going to make sense of this really ugly chart and kind of see what's going on with the, is it going to go up? Is it going down? More importantly, what's going on the back end here? Because liquidation does have a tendency of kind of gravitating prices towards different directions. The easy way to see it here is that, the price is going to probably have some heavy concentrations just above and just below the local lows and highs. Again, easy to say, but let's go ahead and see what's going on here first. Kind of just make an educated decision on what's going to happen. And I would like to say thank you so much to everyone who's always liking the videos and commenting below. At the very least, hit the like button, doesn't hurt you at all, and it just really helps get this in front of more people so people stop coming over to my community from getting destroyed by moon boys and everyone telling you everything's going to go up just because Bitcoin has one good week. Come on. All right, anyways, ICP, is it going up, is it going down? Well, liquidation on the left-hand side, we can see pretty solid amount of liquidation longs here at about 770. So if the price comes any lower, it wouldn't be surprising to see a little wick down and then potentially even a rake back up. A lot of times you'll see that power of three where it works into a channel, correction, and then just continuation from there. What I'm getting at here is that there's a slightly larger inclination for the price to go lower than higher based on liquidation alone. But as per usual, you don't ever use that as a sole motivator to take a trade. What we do use is a liquidation delta and kind of try to understand that the shift in momentum is very significant with this coin. It was doing pretty darn well until Bitcoin dumped here recently. So there is a testament here to ICP in that it has recovered fairly well recently, but it's still kind of stuck in that low $8 range too. So I would say until we close soundly above like that 840, 830, if I recall correctly, is a support range. Closing above that would be really helpful. Obviously, we don't always get what we're looking for. Open interest is kind of muddled on this here. It's kind of weird, but pretty much $8 even is that open interest, and we're pretty much right there at this point. And we can see open interest, point of control, it's all synonymous with $8. So $8 for right now is the tentative support, and if we lose it, it would be the tentative resistance. So I know it seems kind of redundant and weird, but the truth is it's a very real thing. And the areas in which people buy the most are generally construed as supports or resistances, depending on what side you're on. Having said that, daily time frame. Let's look here. We're below the 20-day SMA. We broke above a couple days ago, broke down below. This isn't really a consistent number or moving average for us, okay? Now, generally speaking, I never use moving averages as support or resistances. I think it's foolhardy to do that. What is important with the moving averages is to help understand what side of the tracks you're on, okay? So we're under the 20-day SMA, basically implying the last 20 days worth of trading. The price is below the average entry. So essentially telling us that people are underwater, and in turn it's not advantageous to consider a long. Okay, that's really what it boils down to. So simply put, I know this seems like a bottom, probably a good place too long, honestly, based on Bitcoin slightly recovering. But the truth is a lot of conflicting factors there. We're under 50 on the RSI, but we spent a little time above it. Money flow index is above the price, usually a positive sign. MACD is all sorts of stupid right now, and TSI is closer to 0. I have, I'm going to say a vote of no confidence for ICP right now. It is a terrible chart. Trading into this makes very little sense to me, unless you're like more of a force-your trader kind of guy. Or girl, right? Everyone, it doesn't matter what sex you are, you're going to force trades if you're newer to trading. That's okay. It's okay if you learn from it, actually, rather. Let me rephrase that. It's not okay if you keep doing the same thing over and again. So that's the whole point of me making these videos. I got so tired of people like getting destroyed by the market that it just makes sense to help educate. So I hope you can extract something here positive, even though it's like a rhetorical mess here. When everything I've talked about here, 4 hour looks the same too. We're barely above RSI, now we're down below, now money flow index is right there with it. These are all like neutral to bearish and bullish signs all mixed in together in one. Do you want to trade into that? Do you really like to trade into a mess? Like, do you walk into a room full of people that are all fist fighting and arguing and just be like, I'm going to have a good day. This is awesome. I love this. I don't know. It's a terrible reference. I am really bad at giving analogies on the spot, but I can tell you, no matter what analogy you put out here, this is a mess, and I don't like it. Okay, that's the easy way to understand it. Look at this. MACD is compressing here too. This is like a Bollinger Band breakout nightmare. I do not like this at all. The truth is, we're ranging between 785 upwards of 840. So the easy way to analyze this is wait for a closure above and or wait for a closure below to determine what direction you want to go. I wouldn't necessarily recommend shorting ICP if it breaks below, just because there's a lot of consistency here in this lower range, and it does seem less likely the price is going to go down just based on how strong the buying pressure is when the price goes to that level. But between now and then, between just say 8 and 780, there could be a short opportunity if you play your cards right and you are watching it close. I do not recommend setting and forgetting a short on this coin right now. It makes no sense at all. Of course, nothing really makes sense here. Look at this garbage. Everything is telling us that we have no reason for a trade. Literally, every single time frame has completely contradictory and information basically telling us, say, there's no reason to take a long, there's no reason to take a short. So again, unless you really want to force a trade, there's no real reason here. You can't say that you're biased in either direction when everything is pointing to the middle. Okay, cool. So my money's on the price closing at $8 today. What's your guess? That's sarcasm, by the way. Anyways, ICP did rather well here recently. So the one thing we got to recognize is that ICPs perform much better than the most of the market in the last 48 hours. It sold off with Bitcoin coming down. Of course, Bitcoin has a pretty solid correction right now. It's basically a poop emoji today, right? Now ICP is not, even though it corrected itself significantly. So like top to bottom, ICP made a 5.5% correction when Bitcoin corrected itself about 3%. So it's almost 2x to Bitcoin to the downside, but it's also 2 to 3x to Bitcoin on the upside too. So I don't know, makes no sense to me. Either way, you will probably find slightly more success going up than down with ICP based on its recent behavior, but outside of that, there's no reason to trade this coin. Okay, so I'll post my playout chart on Twitter, Telegram, and Discord. It's probably going to look like this, probably a big mess, and that's just something you want to avoid, all things considered. You know, like when you see a hot mess, man or woman walking down the street, while they may or may not be attractive, you know in the long run it's a bad decision, right? That's what ICP is right now. ICP is the bad decision. Okay, so just know that's where we're at. Okay, cool. This will probably be different tomorrow. It definitely will be different tomorrow. So I hope it fares well for you in the meantime. Thanks so much for watching. Oh, also, I always forget to talk about this, but we only got a few days left of this exclusive benefit here from Bitunix. Link down below. Use my link to register, and you get some nice rewards. If you've already used my link in the past, no matter how long ago, you're automatically eligible. Check your, I think the reward center, I think it is. Check that out. There, it's all there for you. All right, folks. Thanks again for your time. Look forward to seeing the next one. Take care.